Audio-based Chris.
Hello, it's Audio-based Chris here, back after a short absence. Nice to be back. Welcome to my new recording space, the attic. Ooh, hey! It's all very exciting, isn't it? And the reason I'm back, pulled out of semi-retirement, is because it's that time again. We have a brand new version of MegaAGS, soon to be rebranded as Amiga Vision. So obviously I can't contain my excitement and I want to talk about it. So what's new? Well, let's dive into it right now. So as you can see on my little screen here, we have the Amiga all nicely set up, and well, it's the Mister rather than the Amiga, but let's rectify that now. So here's one of the first things you can see. Now we have different versions of the Amiga in the menu. So the first one, the one I've got highlighted, that was my personal Amiga setup from before I installed MegaAGS. So we have Amiga. This is MegaAGS, the package that we've all grown to know and love. Now we also have some new ones here. Here we have an Amiga 500. If I click on that, boom, it takes us straight into a cycle accurate Amiga 500. So that's straight from the menu. So no messing around with configurations or anything. It's all pre-configured and ready to go. That's pretty nifty, I thought. But that means as well that all the preferences that you save on that one, it has its own it has its own folder within the Mister, so it's like a completely separate entity. It's fantastic, you know. So you have to excuse that. The wife's very excited about something else. We'll have to get back to it in a bit. Yeah, sorry, ladies, I married her. Anyway, so moving on. Here we have the Amiga 500 HD. Yes, that's right. Now I don't know about you, but when I was a young'un, I had an Amiga 500 with the big wedge hard drive slotted into the slot on the side, the expansion slot, and I loved it. And it was 20 megabytes and it cost a fortune, and I felt like the big kid on campus because I had Monkey Island installed to my hard drive, no disk swapping for me. And now you can recreate that because we never had this set up on the Mister without some hackery before. This is now included in the MegaAGS package, and as you can see, we have Workbench 1.3 running from a hard drive file again. So if you wanted to put Monkey Island on here again, well, I mean, you just could. You know, just like this. So yeah, Amiga 500 cycle accurate running, cycle accurate. You know, I'm not going to get into debate about how accurate it is. In my experience, it feels like a real Amiga to me, but again, it's all subjective. And here we have Monkey Island running off an Amiga 500 hard drive. And in case you're wondering, this is how it was back in the day. It was as slow as this. Wait, before we begin. Right, now where did I put my code wheel? Naughty. I've got to have Monkey Island in everything. You know, Monkey Island, all the things. Right. So, Amiga 500 with a hard drive. What else can you do? Well, we also have an Amiga 600 core. And if we go into the configuration here, you can see that it's running a 68020. Which is not quite right, is it? Never mind. But this is running Workbench 2. Because I don't know if you know, but the 600 had an IDE interface in it as well. And so this is a nice little bonus they've had in the package. These are optional when you acquire your version of MegaAGS Amiga Vision. These are added as extras inside the setup. So those are some of the bonuses. Let's jump straight into the meat of it. This is the main MegaAGS package. So those were MGLs, and it's just really nice to have. But because if you want a bog standard Amiga 500, you want to run your disk images, it's there, it's ready to go, pre-configured, and it doesn't interfere with anything else you've set up. You don't have to go into Minimig and change your configs. So, right, a couple of things here I want to show you. So if we go to audio and video, sorry, rather than audio, if you go to video processing, we now have some actual MegaAGS scanline filters added for the as standard. They don't look quite so good on the recording, but on a nice display, they look fantastic, and they really take some of the chunkiness off. I've got CRT, which I use, but we're not getting to that. And so, and these come as standard. So we've got shadow mask tuned, we've got vertical and horizontal filters, and they're ready to go from the offset. But you don't have to use them, you can always turn them off if you want. They've got brand new updates to the WHD load stuff, so if there's been any bug fixes or anything, they're up to date as of the 3rd of March, so they're quite up to date, if you know what I mean. Secondly, so let's see what else we've got. Lots of new disc magazines and demos, so again, lots of new updated stuff. Things are faster to load, so if you go into a list, especially a big list, up it pops, it's a lot faster than it used to be. We have, you can jump to letters as well, so I don't know, let's say I'm looking for Deuteros. I hit D, boom, hit D again. Oh, well, obviously everything's going to have D. I want to play Deuteros, because everyone needs to play Deuteros, because it's amazing. Oh, it is. They've removed the list at the top. You can't go back. You can now use the backspace key to jump backwards and forwards in lists. You can turn it back on if you want. They've now added chronological sorting as well to some of the certain lists, like the disc magazines, which it's great. So if we're going to demo scene, you now have disc magazines by date. So you can, for example, start at the very beginning and work your way down all the way up to as close to modern day as some of these get. It's just nice, you know. And it's the same with the demo scenes. You can go by year, by date, by country, by group, and all of that usual stuff. And randomizer's still here. It's just fantastic. So they've also rejigged the sorting as well. So stuff to use a bit more common sense in the sorting. So games like Turrican, for example. I'm going from the list of changes that let me kindly put on Mr. FPGA, but something like Turrican here, they've organised all the Turricans together. You know, so just for sanity. It's just nice. And obviously the launcher it's been rejigged to look a little bit different. They've added super attract mode for people that use that, so you can have your Mr. Hooked onto an arcade cabinet, randomly running games for a few seconds, and that'll now include Mr. So you can have demos running, and obviously with the extra stuff there. So if you're not familiar with MegaAGS, or it's a project Optirock and Libby have been working on for a long time now, and it's just a really great all-in-one solution for emulating the Amiga, because it includes nearly all the games that ever came out, nearly all the demos. There are some gaps, some stuff that doesn't work, and it includes quite a nifty workbench installation underneath it all as well. So it's a really good all-in-one. So, and I've always been a fan of this project. As you can see, I've tried to keep up to date with the updates. If you haven't had a crack at one, give it a go. It will work on a real Amiga as well. If you've got an Amiga 1200, just get hold of your disk image. It'll run in all of the popular Amiga emulators. You can run it on like WinUAE, you can run it on FSUAE. So if any of you are Steam Deck owners, you can run it on a Steam Deck, you can. And I've been messing around with a PlayStation 3 I was donated, and in case you're wondering, it will run on modded PlayStation 3. Not well, but it will, and stuff like that. So it's a great all-in-one package. I mean, obviously, purists like myself do enjoy firing up an ADF and swapping discs because, you know, masochists and all that, but definitely worth a go. So, yeah, MegaAGS. Now, where'd you get it from? Well, there's a brand new website called Amiga Vision, which you can do a Google for, and that gives you all the information on how to build your own image. If you were after a pre-compiled image, then I mean, I wouldn't know where you get them from. Maybe you'd need to go to some kind of, I don't know, organised archive, wink wink, of some description, and have a look there for Amiga software. But yeah, all in all, just great work, guys. It's always a pleasure to fire this up, and I've just had loads of fun, again, messing around with the old, nothing else, an Amiga 500 with a hard drive image. And I know this has already been done by other people, but it's just nice to have it all in one package. So that's about it, really. Thanks again. Sorry for the delay in posting. I hope to start picking things up again a little bit more. But from Audio Base Chris, I'd like to say thanks, ciao, sayonara, auf Wiedersehen, and it's been an absolute delight. Bye.